And the big breaking news that's coming in at the top of this hour, India has in fact won the first test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy in Nagpur. India has in fact thrashed Australia by an innings and 132 runs. In fact, our Ashwin was one to pick up a 5-wicket haul. In fact, in the second innings, Australia was bowled out for 91 in the second innings. As far as this first test match of the Border Gavaskar Trophy is concerned. So that's the big piece of breaking information that's coming in at the top of this hour. My colleague Rahul Rawat is joining us live at the moment. Rahul, of course, a piece of excitement as far as Indian cricket is concerned. What were the highlights of this match, Rahul?
Of course, this was a very highly anticipated series, and a lot was being talked about. But the way the Indians came out, the Australia first bowling out Australians for just 177 on day one, and then getting to 400 on a wicket that was very tricky, to be very honest, because the Australians perhaps did not lose the game here on the ground, but they lost it in the dressing room itself, because whatever was being talked about, of course, from their media, amongst their players also, I think that also had a lot to do with that. But not taking anything away from the Indians, the way they bowled, they batted, and today, after taking a lead of 223 runs, then wrapping up the Australians inside one session. So their Australia's second innings started post-lunch and ended just at the stroke of tea. So they lasted just for one session. Just 91 runs is what they could manage in their second innings. And it was a very, very miserable show of cricket as far as the Australians are concerned. But mind you, not taking anything away from the Indians, the way they batted, they bowled in both the innings, the first innings and then second innings. Ashwin taking 5-wicket haul in the second innings. Jadeja getting the job done in Australia's first innings, getting a 5-wicket haul after a comeback into this Indian team following an injury layoff for 5 months. That's an incredible performance. Rohit Sharma, on a wicket where it seemed that the spinners will dictate the terms. He got a brilliant 120, his first in a long, long time in Test cricket, first as a Test captain for Rohit Sharma. A very clinical performance by the Indians, and Australia. They didn't pack a punch at all in this match, and it's just a 5-day game wrapping up inside 2.5 days, and often we would hear that the wicket is bad and the conditions were not favorable, but I don't think that things were that bad, because the Indians bowled well. They got out Australia out cheaply in the first innings, just 171. This after Australia had won the toss and had elected to bat first. In conditions like this, it is always beneficial to bat first. But the Australians found the going tough there, because the Indians, even the Pacers, the Indian Pacers, Mohammad Shami and Siraj got 2 early wickets. Then Jadeja, Akshar Patel and Ashwin continued with the good work. And thereafter, the second innings, Rohit Sharma getting that 100, Akshar Patel getting that 84, missing out, unfortunately, on that maiden century. And then Jadeja also coming good with the bat. And thereafter, with the ball. This is an incredible show by the Indians. And by the way, we are also expecting India and Australia to face each other in the final of the World Test Championship final. So you also take a psychological advantage if India win this series.
Okay.
And the manner in which they play today, if they continue like this, they will take the psychological advantage there.
Okay. All right. Rahul, just stay on with us, because we're getting some more breaking news that's coming in at the moment. This concerns Ravindra Jadeja. The news that's coming in at the moment is that Ravindra Jadeja has been fined by the ICC for breaching the ICC Code of Conduct. 25% of his match fee is what Ravindra Jadeja has been fined, in fact, for applying ointment on his finger on day one of this test match. In fact, also one demerit point has been added to Jadeja's disciplinary record as well. Rahul Rawat, my colleague, continues to be live with us. Rahul, give us more details about the ICC action against Ravindra Jadeja.
Well, that's right. Following, in fact, I'm in Nagpur and I was there. I saw everything being unfold here in front of me. Because what happened? See, Jadeja was coming into the game after a long injury layoff. He had not bowled for a long time, 5 months to be precise. He just he just bowled in one Ranji Trophy game a couple of weeks ago. So he had soreness in his fingers, in his index finger. So what he did, he asked Mohammad Siraj, who was stationed at the boundary rope, he asked him to get an ointment. The Siraj took an ointment, not the tube, but just the ointment, and got it for Ravindra Jadeja. Jadeja picked it up from his palms and rubbed it on his index finger. Of course, the only mistake perhaps that he made was that he did not inform the on-field umpires. That is the reason why the ICC has fined him 25% of his match fees, and this is the breach of that ICC code of conduct that is contrary, it says, to the spirit of the game. So that's the mistake. That's the only unfortunate part that has happened for the Indians here. And of course, Jadeja wasn't too happy with that, and nobody should be after what happened. This is on day one, that is day before yesterday. And after that, he also appeared before the
Right.
ICC match referee who's present here, Andy Pycroft.
Okay. Also, there was, of course, there was this huge uproar in Australian media accusing Ravindra Jadeja of ball tampering. At least what has been found right now, as you've just explained to us, Rahul, is that he, of course, because of feeling some sort of soreness in his finger, he applied that ointment.
That's right, Pauline. That's because they was trying to indicate, trying to prove or suggest that he was tampering with the ball, but that was never the case. Especially being a spinner, with that ointment he couldn't have done anything. And this is the version that came from the Indian team, and we were the first ones to report about it day before yesterday. That it was a simple case of applying ointment on his finger. So that is, he had swelling also in that index finger. So it was a pain relief ointment, and Jadeja didn't inform, or maybe he thought that it wasn't necessary. But being a senior player, he should have. That's what the ICC says, and that is how things stand right now.
Okay. Rahul, thank you so much for joining us with all of those details. Rahul Rawat, of course, reporting from Nagpur, where India has won the first test of the Border Gavaskar Trophy.